Well, a very good evening on this 5th day of February 2025. You're just in time for Newswatch tonight. I'm Tess Njenga and our sign language interpreter is Boniface Mureithi. Stay tuned for our special feature tonight as families share long, painful battles with cancer. First, let's take a look at the day's news. Now, rising concerns are emerging over the growing influence of early 2027 politics on government empowerment programs. What was meant to be development-focused engagements across the country have now taken a political turn, with leaders and sections of the public using the platforms to chant political slogans and attack rivals. The developments were witnessed during the Nyota Empowerment Program in Kilifi Town and the Affordable Housing Project engagement in Mtwapa, which were led by President William Ruto. Glory Githinji has that report.
As campaigning for 2027 officially began, that's the question that now lingers among Kenyans, as what began as an empowerment forum under the Nyota program across the country has been rapidly shifting the tone. In Kilifi County, the Noble Program on Youth Funding Opportunities and Enterprise Support became a campaign platform as leaders took turns addressing 2027 political successions and defending their records, while supporters loudly praised the Kenya Kwanza administration of President William Ruto and criticized perceived rivals.
Nyota iendelee isiendelee jameni. Tuendelee na umradi. Rais amefanya kitu mzuri. Huyu rais ni moto si moto. Ni fire si fire. Apewe asipewe.
Kuna watu hawana maono, hawana mpango, hawana sera, ni vitimbi, ni chuki, ni ukabila, ni ubaguzi. Hiyo ndio trademark yao.
Similar scenes played out in Mtwapa during an engagement on the Affordable Housing Program, what was meant to highlight access at housing units and job opportunities for locals was dominated by political speeches, chants of two-term, and attack on opposition figures.
Munataka rais na Mungaro wafanye kazi pamoja. Munataka rais na Chonga wafanye kazi pamoja. Munataka rais na Hassan Joho wafanye kazi pamoja. Kwa hivyo muko maneno ya two-term. Muko kwa two-term. Muko kwa two-term. Arambe!
Kwani nyinyi mko na mpango wa kando huko? Wale na wako yenu ni ngwese ama naitwaje? Ni two-term si two-term. Ya Mungaro nayo? Ya Mungaro nayo? Lakini wengine naona mnaenda hivyo sasa jameni. Najua hii two-term inaanza juu mpaka chini.
Analysts caution that the trend risks sidelining real issues affecting ordinary mwananchi, including housing, affordability, unemployment, and access to government support covered in the blankets of empowerment. For Hope TV Newswatch, I am Glory Githinji.
Thank you, Glory, for that report. On a similar but quite different note, the government has also once again distanced itself from claims of scams surrounding the labor export program dubbed the Kazi Maju program, saying its intentions are purely to connect the thousands of young people to genuine job opportunities abroad. The government has in the recent past found itself in a fix after the public raised questions on the role of the government in the damning claims that Kenyans were being duped into joining the Russia-Ukraine war under the pretext of lucrative jobs. Vincent Kirosi has more.
As the government continues to face tough questions regarding how genuine the Kazi Maju program is and the unchecked high number of rogue agents duping unsuspecting Kenyans, President William Ruto and the Cabinet Secretary for Labor and Social Protection, Dr. Alfred Mutua, have disputed the claims, maintaining that the government's program is transparently run through the National Employment Authority.
Wakenya wengi wanatafutwa na kampuni nyingi ya kufanya kazi nje ya Kenya. Na kwa sababu tuliona ni vizuri tuwe na mpango ya vijana kupata nafasi ya ajira, na tulikubaliana kazi ni kazi. Ikipatikana Kenya, tufanye. Ikipatikana kwa mjengo, tufanye. Ikipatikana kwa mtandao, tufanye. Ikipatikana nje ya Kenya, tufanye.
Speaking in Kilifi County during the Nyota Program Coast Edition, CS Alfred Mutua once more defended his ministry and warned Kenyans against money-hungry agents who leave Kenyans in unending misery.
Ukiona mtu anakuambia atakupa nafasi ya kwenda ng'ambo, mchunguze. Kwa sababu kuna watapeli kama vile Mheshimiwa Rais amesema katika mpango wake, kuna watapeli wengi wanajaribu kuchanganya vijana. Nenda pale kwa website ya National Employment Agency Authority, National Employment Authority. Hapo wameandika majina ya zile kampuni ambazo zimepewa nafasi ya kuwapeleka watu ng'ambo. Na hapo pia utaona kama hiyo kazi yako imeorodheshwa iko katika kompyuta.
In recent days, reports have emerged of Kenyans duped into joining the Russian army and being thrown into the deep end of the war with Ukraine. Aggrieved families and the Human Rights Society are laying all blame on the government.
Kenyans have been trafficked into war. Families are grieving, anxious and desperate for answers. Some Kenyans lost their lives. Others remain stranded in hostile conditions with no access to help. This situation exposes a serious failure of protection and oversight by the government.
The government has, however, urged Kenyans to continue applying for the program, with over 542,000 people having already been employed across the world. Vincent Kirosi, Hope TV, Nairobi.
Thank you, Vincent, for that report. Now to matters IEBC. Moses Ledama Sunkuli has been appointed the Acting Chief Executive Officer and Commission Secretary of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC, effective immediately. Ledama will serve in the role for 6 months or until a substantive CEO is recruited and appointed. Sunkuli, who has served as the Commission's Director of Electoral Operations, takes over the helm of the Commission following the resignation of Marjan Hussein Marjan 2 days ago. IEBC Chairperson Erastus Ethekon thanked Marjan for his service, noting that his leadership during a period when the Commission operated without fully constituted commissioners. To some quite sad news, messages of sympathy have continued to pour in from political leaders and friends across the country following the death of Moses Nduya Mudhama, the son of Machakos Senator Agnes Kavindu and Parliamentary Service Commission member Johnson Mudhama. Family sources say Moses collapsed at his home on Wednesday evening and was rushed to a nearby medical facility where he was pronounced dead. Leaders have described him as warm, humble, and outgoing. Machakos Governor Wavinya Ndeti, who appointed him as a county director in 2024, said the people of Machakos stand with the family during the difficult time. The loss comes just 2 years after the family lost another child, Janet Njoki, who died in 2022. And we do wish the family comfort indeed. Moving on, the government through the Ministry of Education now says technical, vocational education and training TVET's modularization is aimed at speeding up skills acquisition and entry into the job market. TVET Principal Secretary Dr. Esther Moria said the government has reviewed school fees for TVET learners to allow flexibility, contrary to claims by the Kenya Union of Technical and Vocational Education Trainers that TVET's modularization program is contributing to rising dropout rates. Samia Dika with a report.
Just a day after the Kenya Union of Technical and Vocational Education Trainers, led by its Secretary General Kefa Ogui, raised concerns following the decision to restructure TVET learning model The State Department for Technical, Vocational Education and Training TVET has refuted the claims that the program has congested learning schedules and removed the flexibility that previously allowed students to pay fees in phases.
Dropping out could be as a result of that space, of there not being enough facility by the parents and the students themselves to be able to pay.
Dr. Moria insists the decision was reached after proper public participation with all relevant stakeholders, further noting that it is a shift from the traditional summative approach to formative assessment.
Examining of our students is formative. It is not summative. We are saying that if we are training you to do bricklaying, for example, we will observe you and check that you can do absolute bricklaying as you do it, and we declare you competent in bricklaying.
With fears that many students from financially strained households are unable to raise lump sum fees, forcing them to abandon their studies midway, Mori says all fees were reviewed in consideration of all factors to encourage higher TVET enrollment that now stands at 850,000 students.
Young person comes to school and is in the workshops and the laboratories for 3 months. By the time that young person is out of training in 3 months, they have employable skills, so that even if for whatever reason, mainly economic, one is not able to be in training much longer, then one can exit with a competence, be able to take up employment.
With thousands of students locked out of university turning to TVETs for training, the competency-based education training has been hailed as a better approach to allow learners complete and certify one module before progressing to the next, with the goal of speeding up skills acquisition and entry into the job market. For Newswatch, I'm Sami Adika.
Much appreciated, Sami Adika, for that report, which takes us on our first short break on Newswatch tonight. Don't go too far. We're coming up with much more.
You are awesome in this place, mighty God.
Join Levit Nudi.
You are awesome in this place, Abba Father.
This Sunday for a moment of worship on Ultimate Worship.
You alone are my strength, my shield.
From 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. and repeat from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m.
For you are great. You do miracles so great.
Hope TV. Look and live.
There's nothing like your presence, Lord. All I want is to worship you.
What if your pain had a purpose? What if your past was just a beginning of a greater story?
Gotten to another level, because now I could not do anything without it, and now it became like a poison. I take it today, it grounds me for 3 more days.
I had not read the Bible. When I read the Bible, it just confirmed all the more that I had an encounter with the Lord, because I told him, Lord, why have you come to me?
From the streets to the sanctuary, from the prison yard to the pulpit, real people are sharing the power of God's transforming love. No matter where you've been, God can rewrite your story.
So I got him, I just called, and by luck, he picked up the phone.
Whoa.
I explained everything and what I was feeling.
Wow.
He started praying in tongues immediately over the phone, and that thing, whatever it was, it stopped.
Join me, Sharon Aitore Wanganye, for Testify every Thursday at 8 p.m. as we listen through the journey of hope, healing, and redemption through the voices of people just like you.
And when you're running away from God, there's only the fire you can run.
Yeah.
I stand here as a witness that God catches up.
These aren't just stories, they are testimonies. Don't just watch. Testify.
Welcome back. Kenya Meteorological Department has issued a warning that the country may receive near average and below average rainfall during the March, April, May long rain season. In their forecast, the coastal region, northeastern region, and south of the eastern region will receive below average rainfall. Additionally, the weatherman has also highlighted that periods of above average temperatures currently being experienced will continue.
As arid and semi-arid counties continue experiencing extreme drought, the weatherman has delivered bad news that you might not be out of the woods yet. As the country braces for the long rain season beginning next month, the Meteorological Department has predicted that many regions in the country, including coast, northeastern and south of eastern region, will receive near average to below average rainfall. Areas of the Lake Basin, Central Kenya Highlands, Rift Valley, Nairobi and Western region are poised to get near to above average rainfall. Additionally, Kenyans have been told to brace themselves for extended periods of above average temperatures. With the drought continuing, religious leaders from northeastern Kenya have called upon the government to step up efforts to address the situation, whilst also urging non-governmental organizations to come in and assist. Reporting for Hope TV Newswatch, I'm Jacob Ochiro.
Thanks, Jacob. Now on to our special feature tonight. Can you imagine a situation in which an entire family of father, mother, and child are diagnosed with cancer? Think about the journey of treatment and the uncertainty that follows. This is the story of one family from Mombasa who have been receiving treatment in Nairobi, narrated in line with this year's 2026 World Cancer Day theme, United by Unique, emphasizing the importance of patient-centered, personalized care. Our very own Dickens Luvanda had the opportunity to meet with cancer patients, hear their treatment journeys, and talked to doctors and experienced the care firsthand at a cancer treatment center.
Illness doesn't knock politely. It slips in quietly and leaves lasting scars. This saying reflects the reality for many affected by cancer, a dangerous disease that leaves permanent marks on the lives of patients and their families. On Wednesday, February 4th, 2024,
we must protect progress, scale up what we know works.
As the world observed World Cancer Day, Mary Mudhoni, not her real name, was diagnosed with early-stage breast cancer in October 2025 during a routine health check. The news shook her, but did not break her spirit.
My story starts in October 2024 last year, during the breast cancer month. Right, where there's a lot of awareness on checking yourself as women, and that's what I did. And then when I did that, I found a lump on my breast that October. So I went to the clinic, and then after that, the process started. I went for an ultrasound, then a mammogram, and then a biopsy, and they found I had breast cancer stage 1. So I'm very grateful to God that it was caught early. So I had surgery in December, early December, and then I had a whole month to kind of heal. And then I've been doing radiotherapy for the last 18 days. I have 2 days to go.
Her treatment journey at the Aga Khan University Hospital in Nairobi revealed the life-changing importance of early detection. Mary credits her family as a pillar of strength throughout her journey.
My family, actually, my husband and my children, like my husband brings me here. He comes every day with me, even just to see the doctor, and at home as well. So that support system is really, and friends encouraging you, like the day 3 of radiotherapy, I was almost like, oh gosh, I have another 17 days to go. And a friend told me, no, just a day at a time, a day at a time. So just take each day. Don't think of, and here we are, I have 2 more days to go and I'm done. So the support system is really, really, really critical.
As a wife and a mother, she urges women to overcome fear, break the silence, and participate in early screenings, stressing that awareness is a critical tool in the fight against the virus. She also acknowledges the high cost of cancer treatment eased by her health insurance.
This is on a personal perspective. I'm very lucky I have a good medical insurance cover. That is what really has been like a lifesaver. So a good medical cover really does help. Very expensive, actually. Cancer is very, very expensive disease. For women, just check yourselves. For me, it was like October. See, it's October, breast cancer month. And you just check yourself, and you're like, oh, okay. So just being aware, screening. So basically, for me, I was like, because I have daughters, I've also kind of made them aware that okay, you need to check yourself, and because the earlier it's diagnosed, it's not a death sentence actually. Cancer is not a death sentence. It's a disease like any other, but if you catch it early, then you're able to manage it. All these people.
Mary's story contrasts with that of Brian Tente Mwakuru, a 67-year-old father from Mombasa, whose experience confirms the saying, trials come in waves.
I'm here with my son.
In the year 2025, Brian was diagnosed with prostate cancer, but his life had already been marked by a loss.
It's a broad issue, in fact, in the family. If I have to start way back.
He recalls caring for his first wife, who died of breast cancer in 1993, followed by his mother's death from cervical cancer, and later his father succumbing to the disease years afterward.
My first wife was diagnosed with breast cancer in 1993. And that time, awareness was not so much. And actually, we were not aware that it was actually about cancer. That time she was cycling, so she had some growth on the right-hand side. So initially we thought maybe because of the cycling of the baby, maybe that's where the problem was. But it came to pass that it was cancer of the breast. So surgery was done in Mombasa, Coast General. Then we were referred to Kenyatta National Hospital. As we continue, then my mom suffered cervical cancer. And then my dad also, it was assumed that he died through prostate cancer.
Amid this wave of grief, another storm hit when his 29-year-old son Harold Tende was diagnosed with neck cancer in 2015.
So in 2015, with the head and neck cancer, I was going through chemotherapy and radiotherapy. Some of the side effects you can hear from my voice. You can see my skin. I carry them till date. That means, as my dad said, I had a pipe, meaning I was not eating. So my vocal cords, my taste buds, my salivary glands were toast. But I've recovered. The only thing that's remaining is the salivary glands. So I have low saliva intake. So that is the side effects I faced mostly from the radiotherapy and chemotherapy.
70 years later, after being thought cured, Harold was diagnosed with lung cancer, causing renewed distress for his father and the entire family.
In 2022, I had lung cancer. I did targeted therapy, immunotherapy, which has been introduced, and chemotherapy.
So my son continued with the process. And then she finished his circles. So I asked the doctor, can I have a certificate that he's fine? He told me no. He was 19 years old that time. He said he's still growing. So and cancer tends to relapse. So give it 5 years. We finished, then 6 years, it came back. Just when he was finishing, now it's when cancer hit me. But I didn't know that I had cancer until the day when I was admitted to the hospital. I am diabetic. I've been diabetic 17 years. After 1 year, I went back to Dr. Vijay. I told Dr. Vijay, it's 1 year now. Maybe we should do something because I don't know, maybe the thing is spreading. They told me, prostate, it is slow. It's not like lung cancer or any other cancer. We were given the cost. 7th October, I started the treatment down here.
The family's experience with the recurring cancer raises questions about hereditary factors, environment, and lifestyle issues, echoed by an oncologist, Dr. Angela Waweru from the Aga Khan's Cancer Unit, who notes that some cancers appear to run in families.
In a small number of patients that we come across, when you're taking their history at presentation, you find that they have a strong family history. And for those ones, we identify those families and we do the genetic test to try and work out why is there such a strong family history. So to answer your question, however, that most of the patients we come across do not have hereditary cancer. But yes, there's a small group of patients that we do treat where, grandparent, parent, children have cancer. They are unique and we do our due diligence to try and work out what is happening in this specific family. So yes and no. The vast majority of patients, no, cancer is not hereditary, and you'll find that it's only one member of that family or a second member, and when you do the genetic test, there's no gene identified. But there'll be a small number in whom, yes, there's a gene that is passing down from generation that is causing this. Now, thankfully, A, we have the ability to do the genetic testing, and B, find the treatment that will assist.
In Kenya, cancer treatment is provided by public and private hospitals, each with the strengths and challenges of resources, costs and access. Public hospitals, such as the Kenyatta National Hospital and major regional referral hospitals, offer surgery, chemotherapy, and sometimes radiotherapy at lower cost, often supported by the government funding. Private hospitals, meanwhile, have advanced cancer care. In this case, the Aga Khan University Hospital has introduced an AI-powered radiotherapy machine, delivering highly precise radiation quickly and accurately, reducing treatment time and minimizing side effects.
World Cancer Day presents a perfect opportunity for us to showcase the technology that we've invested in the last year. So the device behind me is called a linear accelerator. It's a medical device that delivers radiation for the management of cancer patients. At AKU, we have two machines that are equal. And if I can maybe be very precise, the investment is for the Society of Kenya, the health of our patients. What the machines allow us to do is precision and advanced radiotherapy. So new generation treatment, we're able to deliver very precise and high-dose radiotherapy in short intervals. A great example that I like to give is one of the big changes is prostate cancer treatment management. A lot of our patients were having 8 weeks of radiotherapy to cure prostate cancers. And many of those patients are now having 5 sessions of radiotherapy over 2 weeks. The side effects are much less and convenience to the patient is much better. So another example, very commonly treated, is breast cancer patients. So we started off by giving 5 to 6 weeks of radiotherapy, down to 3 to 4 weeks. And with this technology, we're able to give 5 sessions over 1 week of radiotherapy.
Radiotherapy targets cancer cells while sparing healthy tissue. Administered in a controlled hospital setting, it helps shrink tumors, prevent spread, and improve recovery outcomes, especially when applied early and with precision. Here, Rejoice, who's a cancer care therapist, demonstrates step by step how patients are guided through the radiotherapy process. According to the World Health Organization (WHO), cancer accounts for 1 in 6 deaths globally, highlighting the role of governments in promoting awareness and prevention. In 2025, Kenya's Ministry of Health reported that the country reports about 45,000 new cancer cases yearly and nearly 29,000 cancer-related deaths annually. Cervical cancer alone accounts for 5,845 new cases and 3,600 deaths annually, underscoring the urgent need for early detection, preventive measures like vaccination and regular screening, and robust healthcare infrastructure for all Kenyans. World Cancer Day 2026 adopts the theme United by Unique, emphasizing personalized patient-centered care. Stories like that of Mary Mudoni, Brian Tende and his son Harold Tende indicate how tailored treatment can save lives, highlighting the need to adapt cancer care to each patient's unique needs. Deacon Sulvanda, Hope TV Newswatch.
Much appreciated, Dickens Luvanda, for that special feature, even as we do pray that the family members do get free, completely healed of cancer. On that note, let's move on to two Irish Olympians who have led an empowerment session for students at Nassau Girls High School in West Pokot County as part of activities marking zero tolerance to female genital mutilation, that is FGM. The visit, organized by the Embassy of Ireland in partnership with the European Union, brought retired Olympic sprint hurdler Deval Oruki and former world champion sprinter Karen Shinkins to the school for a 2-hour engagement focusing on youth empowerment, sport, innovation, and the fight against FGM. And as Alice Diana reports, West Pokot remains one of the hotspots for FGM in Kenya, with a high prevalence compared to the national average.
According to the 2022 Kenya Demographic and Health Survey, about 44% of women and girls in West Pokot County have undergone FGM, compared to a nationwide average of 15%, down from 21% in 2014. To strengthen efforts to end the practice, the Embassy of Ireland and the European Union are hosting 2 Irish athletes in several towns, including Nairobi, Eldoret, Kitale, Iten, and West Pokot, to inspire girls to pursue education and co-curricular activities while raising awareness on harmful cultural practices. The two led an empowerment session for students at Nassau Girls High School in West Pokot County.
The other reason we're here is to talk about femicide and FGHM, to educate ourselves on what that is and how we can get behind the embassy who supports all those causes.
Karen Shinkins praised the school's commitment to empower girls through science and sports, citing strong links between Young Scientists Kenya and Young Scientists Ireland.
We're so proud of the work that is done here in the school. The pupils are so impressive, the staff, and they've done such a brilliant job, in particular in the area of STEM, giving girls opportunity with the Young Scientist Kenya and the connection back to Ireland with Young Scientist Ireland. So we are really honoured to be here and to be here for Anti-FGM Day and see all the work that is being done to empower these young girls is absolutely fantastic.
Evelyn Maris, Deputy Head of Mission at the Embassy of Ireland in Kenya, said Nassau Girls High School is a partner institution under the Science in Kenya program, which promotes STEM education, adding that further engagements will be held in the region to support anti-FGM initiatives.
What really struck me today was the talent that is here in Nassau School, but also the incredible bravery of some of the young girls speaking about their stories with FGM and with early marriage.
School Principal Susan Obiri said the visit had motivated learners to believe in themselves and pursue excellence both academically and beyond the classroom.
The girls have been challenged, and the partners have talked to the girls and encouraged them, especially those that have been threatened and have gone through FGM.
Alice Diana, Hope TV Newswatch.
Thank you, Alice Diana. Moving on to international news, British Prime Minister Keir Starmer has issued a public apology to victims of the late convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, expressing his regret for appointing Lord Peter Mandelson as the United Kingdom's ambassador to the United States. Speaking in East Sussex, Starmer said he would pursue the truth and pledged to do everything within the government's power to ensure accountability is delivered in the interest of justice. Reports have suggested that Mandelson shared sensitive government information with Epstein in the past, despite denying any association with the offender at the time. The Prime Minister's remarks add to growing pressure for transparency and answers over past decisions linked to the case.
I am sorry. Sorry for what was done to you. Sorry that so many people with power failed you. Sorry for having believed Mandelson's lies and appointed him. And sorry that even now you're forced to watch this story unfold in public once again. But I also want to say this. In this country, we will not look away. We will not shrug our shoulders. And we will not allow the powerful to treat justice as optional. We will pursue the truth. We will uphold the integrity of public life. And we will do everything within our power and in the interests of justice to ensure accountability is delivered.
And Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky says 55,000 Ukrainian soldiers have been killed in nearly 4 years of war with Russia. Speaking to the media, Zelensky said the figure covers both professional and conscripted troops, while acknowledging that many more are officially missing. Ukraine's Interior Ministry has previously listed over 70,000 missing people, including soldiers and civilians. The announcement comes as U.S.-led peace talks continue in Abu Dhabi, with American envoys holding discussions with Russian and Ukrainian negotiators. The talks have been described as productive, though major differences remain. The war began with Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in February 2022.
At the age of 25 is where there is also another change, because the frontal cortex, this part of the head, the maturity now of the brain happens at that time, which is responsible for intellectual abilities, decision makings, and like the executive area of the brain. Again, it comes with other challenges. Now that I am who I am, you withdraw further from people. Then the other stage that comes in, sometimes it can come early from the age of 35 all the way to 55. Midlife crisis. Midlife crisis. So the man is trying to catch up with the lost time. Unajua anajaribu kuingia kwa hawa vijana because they lost the time, they don't fit. Unapata jamaa anaacha koti avae, lakini wao wamevaa.
Jiji, wao wamevaa koti. Are you trying to communicate?
Are you trying to fit? So like, so like they are trying to fit, but as they move closer to this generation, now ina move away. Inasonga, ukikuja inasonga. So then the loneliness increases, and in fact it is that critical stage where, in the field of psychology, we teach the men to begin to prepare themselves for that package of retirement.
Catch past episodes on our YouTube channel at Hope TV Kenya. Men on Record, every Friday at 7 p.m.
You are awesome in this place, mighty God.
Join Levit Nudi.
You are awesome in this place, Abba Father.
This Sunday for a moment of worship on Ultimate Worship.
You alone are my strength, my shield.
From 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. and repeat from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m.
For you are great. You do miracles so great.
Hope TV. Look and live.
There's nothing like your presence, Lord. All I want is to worship you.
Welcome back in business. Aga Khan University Hospital, Nairobi has unveiled a new AI-enabled radiotherapy technology that promises faster, safer, and more precise cancer treatment. The TrueBeam radiotherapy system, developed by Varian Medical Systems, delivers radiation with sub-millimeter accuracy, significantly reducing treatment time and minimizing damage to healthy tissue.
When a patient is lying on this machine, the patient might move or the tumor might move. in the past, we accounted for that movement by giving very big radiation fields, and that increased side effects. Now with this machine, we track the movement of the patient and we track the movement of the tumor. And if the patient or the tumor moves beyond a few millimeters, then the treatment goes off. Once the patient is back in the right position, the treatment goes on. Right? So what we call motion management is what has allowed for the precision of the radiotherapy. That's the biggest difference. And that precision is what then allows us to give an 8-week course of radiotherapy in 5 days.
The Harambee Starlets have begun a mini training camp as they continue preparations for the upcoming WAFCON. Coach Beldino Demba says the camp is designed to identify and select top-performing players, adding that the team is showing promising progress ahead of the tournament.
The reason as to why we needed to set a mini camp for the local players is to give chance and opportunity to players who are doing well in the leagues. We have a lot of players who are doing well. We would have loved to see more players, but we are happy with the players that we've seen. We've seen a good number of players. We've seen good quality, but we still have some work to do. I'm happy that we have a player from the women NSL. I'm happy that she's doing well, that she's shown the, capability and good ability, and I hope that the lower leagues will also continue to give us and produce good players. Yeah.
The KCB chess team will be aiming for top honors when they square off against leading sides at the highly anticipated 2026 Eldred Open Chess Championship Grand Prix, scheduled for February 7th to 8th in Uasin Gishu County. The two-day competition has attracted over 200 participants from Kenya, Uganda, and South Sudan, who will compete across the open, junior, ladies, and corporate categories. Speaking ahead of the tournament, KCB chess team patron Isaac Babu expressed confidence in the squad's prospects, noting that the team is targeting nothing short of a podium finish. The Eldred Open Grand Prix forms part of the qualifying pathway to the annual National Chess Championship, where the overall winner drives away with a car. And with that, it is a wrap on Newswatch tonight. On behalf of the whole team that have worked hard to make this bulletin a success, thank you for watching. I'm Tess Njenga, and our sign language interpreter is Boniface Mureithi. Till next time, have a good night.